If you look in my glasses, you can see the rest of my junk in my pole barn. Psychedelic, man. So welcome back to the Wasteland. I'm Nuke. So this is part 2 of the ongoing videos that I'm going to put out on how I'm building a new gasifier for educational purposes. And just to help you guys understand how this works and maybe help you build one yourself. So last episode we built the cones, just the 2 cones, and this week in my off time I built a little bit more onto it and I'm going to show you, and hopefully this will start making more sense as we go. But I'm just casually building this, and you could do this too. So let me show you what I got, and I didn't get it all cleaned up like I did last time. So this is where we're at. Still have some cleaning to do on the inside here because you want all of this to be really smooth. But, and you can see this stuff's pretty thin. There's some thunder. We're gonna get thundered. So you can see that I kind of burnt through a little bit on a couple spots and had to lay the 3-phase to it, but it's fine. As long as it's all the way sealed up in here, it's fine, because this is gonna get encased from here up, and then there will be another gasket that connects to the wood hopper. There will be a wood hopper that bolts on, and then that's what I'm going to show you here in a little bit. But first, so you understand some of how this jet system works in mine, you see that this is recessed, and it's because I use these pneumatic male air hose, attachments or whatever. So they go in and they screw in. Let's see if I can get that. I'll be able to show you on the one I have back here in a minute. But you can see that fits in that hole, and you'll have 5 of those going around everywhere there's one of these holes. And that's where your air comes in to stoke the top of the cone to fire. That's where your air comes in. And these 5 of these really burn this hot, which is what you want. You want that to burn real hot right there. So that kind of has like a jet effect. And still, everything that's on this cone here, all of it was cut flat on the burn table. So, a lot of pieces like this, even and this right here, I made the CAD so it can be burnt out again and again. This hole right here, this is kind of, see, it's just a bunch of flat stuff. Just bent this. I almost bent this all on my knee, actually. So it's not that hard to do. But this hole right here will have a pipe that comes out of the gasifier, out of the barrel, which I don't have on this one. This is something it's an upgrade. I did put that in my FEMA and it works great, but the FEMA gasifier is really dirty. I don't recommend it. It just doesn't burn hot enough. But so what that does is, if that pipe was in the current cone in here, it would come out right here, and there would be a black iron fitting on it that you could take off. And when you turn your blower fan on, instead of trying to get the fire started from the top, you would just turn the fan on and close your, let's see if I can, let me do this. See the air outlets up here. You would close those down, open it up on the side, and then you can just fire up a piece of paper towel or paper and stick it in there. It'll suck it right in there, and it'll start that bed back up from the last time you used it. So that's an upgrade, and I put it in the CAD and everything for this next one I'm building. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna show you some things on this up here. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna get that ready. Okay, so this is the top of the gasifier, and let me just show you some features here. These are the air that goes down into those little jets that I showed you. This top of the lid of this barrel, it's cut out, and then I cut out this gasket, of course. I can do that all on the burn table now too, and these lids even. So you don't want to actually lock this thing down completely when you're running it, because there's always a chance that it'll kind of backdraft and burp. And if that happens, you want it to go somewhere, and if you have springs, it can do that. If you actually clamp it down, then you're kind of creating a dangerous situation. So you need to make sure that when you build one of these, it can pop if it needs to. Okay, so, and then you see that this is sealed. This is gasket sealed. It's the high temperature stuff. So the top here, this is the hopper. And it goes right on down, and you can see everything. What's going to look weird is there's kind of a buildup of some debris that needs burned out, so it looks like I only have one cone down there. Okay, but it's got some extra stuff in it from the last burn. I didn't really set it up. I was just playing around. But you'll have to do that. You'll have to set it up to burn a certain way, and then kind of shut it down so it keeps your biochar and stuff leveled out in that layer. So if you can see in here, you see that this right here is it's a water tank that I got that has had a hole cut in it, and then it goes down into an old Freon tank, and then it goes down into that fire cone assembly that I showed you right there. And that bottom little ring right there, that's just to help funnel it in. So it's kind of it's kind of strange to see the depth. It's dark and this light's actually too bright, I think, but I think you get the idea. And below that is a shaker grate, and that's located on the back over here out of the way. Let's see if I can see that handle back there. We'll walk around and do that. So, but that's it, and you fill that with the fuel, and then it goes on through your system. We're gonna walk around and look at that shaker grate. Okay, so we're at the back, and this is the shaker grate. I have it bent weird. This is attached to that shaker grate, and you can do that right there, and it moves that around and keeps things going through the fire cone. Keeps the ash makes the ash fall out, right? And then you can dump your biochar and ash that way. So just for demonstrations, this is that FEMA that I built, and it has the same type of shaker grate in it. And I can show you, I'll do it with my knee. You see that has holes in it, and it's just suspended down there. And you know, you make the handle go, and it shakes the stuff down pretty much. Okay. Well, that's about it for this video. I'm sure that was, you know, somebody's probably puking from all those camera angles and all that nonsense, but, you know, the information's all there. These are going to get a lot better and actually pretty quick. Once this thing's finished, the rest of this project is going to fly. It's the most tedious part of the build, I think. And the only other part that's kind of frustrating about this is getting all the small parts, I think, from the hardware store to kind of put all this together. Because once you build this, once you get it encased, then you're going to have to get the plaster of Paris and sand and mix that, and you're going to encase that. Then you'll have to get bolts and things like that. But I'm going to work out a list on uh, maybe Amazon, or Home Depot or something, or maybe a lot of different things, and I'll end up posting that sometime. So you don't have a hard time finding what you need to put yours together. So that, and you know, I can maybe do best prices and stuff, and save you some time on that if you want to build one of these. Other than that, once this is done, it goes pretty quick. It's pretty smooth. You'll end up probably having to hit the junkyard for a few things, which is actually fun. So no complaints with that. And then real soon I'm gonna put mine back together because I've been doing some things to it, just improving some things and making it fit better in my pole barn. I had it set up for a different area, and we're gonna do a bunch more burns and things like that. And I'm gonna get it running the generator and testing the water scrubber. And then as I'm doing a lot of these tests with it, with the generator, with the water scrubber, with the filter material, you know, checking out all of these different systems. And I'm gonna set up a rheostat on a windshield wiper motor and hook that to my battery bank. And all of this will be just one whole unit when it's finished, and then that'll shake my shaker grate. So as we figure out what we're drawing on the generator, what it's sucking through, what it needs, and stuff, it can be adjusted, and you're not always over there shaking that thing. It's one thing. You have to babysit it if you don't have something kind of automated set up, and that's the best solution I've come up with so far, and it should be cheap actually. A lot of this stuff is very cheap. So these videos should pick up a little bit and be more interesting. It's just kind of getting, I want you guys to know that you can do this and you can build these. And I want you to see how kind of easy it is. And just a lot of this is going to be claimed materials. Like your hopper doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine. And if you're somebody that's wanting to build this, like that ring that I showed you up here that goes through your barrel lid, you can talk to me. I can probably burn that out on my table at work too. So, you know, just keep an open mind and hang out, and we'll do a whole lot of these videos. And somebody was telling me that people think this is fake the other day, which is kind of funny. That somebody was telling me that people don't believe in this, that you actually can't run generators and engines on wood gas, and that's just so crazy. Like the forklift at work runs on propane. Generators run on propane too, natural gas, wood gases. It's kind of like it's very close to the propane and natural gas, so it's just so silly. But this is good stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.